Oh, gee, you've got to bring up the horse on the outside. 369, 369, 13, 58.42. 58.42 overall. Fifth home, number 10.
Well, if you're going to walk across a metropolitan racecourse on a Saturday afternoon, I'm afraid there's always the risk you're going to get run over by a team of racehorses. And I'm sure the word will spread very quickly through the duck colony about the dangers of strolling on the course proper. Now, West Ace paid $19 or a little better. Now, they're having lots of problems here with a horse at Sandown by the name of Shimo Star, whose rider is out of the saddle, Apprentice Wheeler, and Shimo Star very full of himself. Comedy Court, $6. In fact, you've seen for yourself page 1. Those on the second page were all at long odds. Shimo Star proving objectionable at the moment, and was thinking about planting the slipper there too. And everybody got clear. This is a 5-year-old mare by Centane. She's won 2 from 13. And whether she qualifies under the old adage that most good race mares are a little on the cantankerous side, I don't know. Now, there's a little friendly persuasion from one of the gatemen to try and get Shimo Star up towards the gates.
Heat win before racing in better company her last 2 starts. Away they go at the 1200. Beautiful dispatch too. Miss Muppet jumped well. Going through Kentucky Hula to find the lead. Comedy Court got away well. So too did Shimo Star. She's up there second on the outside, followed closely by Limerick Lady. As they settle fully, Kentucky Hula has the lead. It's Kentucky Hula in front, about a length clear from Limerick Lady, moving up into second placing, and then Shimo Star and Lou Kohler on the outside. A length and a half further back in the field, Duchess Kachia, who's on the outside of Comedy Court. 2 lengths further back, Belle Princess, Spurn on her outside, 3 Showtime last, Miss Muppet, Spine Tingler. Just Divine has got back to second last and would be at least 10 or 12 lengths from the leader coming around the home turn, and Provident is the only one behind her. Into the straight, Kentucky Hula led Limerick Lady. 3 lengths away then Shimo Star. Comedy Court's working into the clear. Here she comes to Toppy with her run, and wider out Lucola and Duchess Kachia, and Just Divine still second or third last at the 200 metres. It's Kentucky Hula, Limerick Lady under the big weight, trying hard as Comedy Court to get to them, and Spurn's coming with a run now. Spurn getting to Comedy Court. Spurn has finished the better end. Spurn beat Comedy Court. Photo third, Kentucky Hula, all Belle Princess, who finished well late. Just Divine got home when it was all over. Then Limerick Lady, followed by Showtime last, Duchess Kachia. Provident made some ground. Then Shimo Star, who weakened. Spine Tingler didn't come on today. Lucola and Miss Muppet finishing at the tail of the field. Spurn has got there, number 7, ridden by Brett Preble. In good time too at 19.7 to beat Comedy Court, who'd been given every chance, but just the pull in the weights was a deciding factor of 4 kilos over the last little bit of the race. And third's gone to number 5, Kentucky Hula, who led them up and just held the fast finishing run of Belle Princess to fill a place. 7, 1 and 5. Fourth in number 11. Fifth in was number 3, Limerick Lady.
Mystique Brian York's mount comes forward, and the last 2 in will be Huge Demand and its stablemate Mini Me. Previous race won by Hayden, number 5, Hugh Bowman, beat 4 Yoruba, 3 Gamesman, 1 ran 4th, 3 won the second, My Special Scorpio, and 1 Captive Empress took out the first. Now I'd say we're set. Yep, we're all in, ready for the Challenge Stakes. 1,000 metres. It's moving a bit, Mystique. Off this time, he jumped very quickly, Mystegic, and he leads narrowly from 8/8 on settling down. Commencing very well, Calming, followed by Mini Me, Huge Demand, and then Umbani, followed by Bomber Bill, Sapira, Shanxi, and Punch Drunk is last. 750 left to run, and Mystegic can't get to the rails. Second is 8/8, Calming, third, and 2 lengths Umbani, followed by Bomber Bill, and then a gap to Mini Me, a length and a half to Huge Demand, Punch Drunk, Supera, and 2.5 lengths to Shanxi. Down to the corner, 400 to go, and 8/8's on the inside, shading the favourite Mystegic, and on the inside of the two fancied ones is Calming. Almost 3 in line, straightening up with 8/8's the middle, Mystegic the outside, Calming the inner, Bomber Bill tackling the trio, and then comes Umbani. Mystegic got clear, 150 to go. Bomber Bill is racing up dangerously on the outside. Damien Oliver driving Bomber Bill to Mystegic, heads it off, and Bomber Bill comes away to win the challenge. Bomber Bill beat Mystegic. Third was 8/8, and then Umbani with Calming, Mini Me, Punch Drunk, Huge Demand, Shanxi and Sapira. The rank outsider was Stone Motherless last. And another big win to Ollie. Number 1, Bomber Bill, suited by the way the race was run, 470, 150, 9 Mystegic, 120, 4 8/8, 180. Trained by Russell Cameron at Flemington for Mr. V. Shalesniak Jr. by Air de France from Lady Special. He's been a good horse. Bomber Bill, a 6-year-old bay gelding. Today's first prize of 97,000 has taken him to, 845, about 842,000. 39 starts, 14 wins. Number 1, Bomber Bill, has been able to score here. Second placing will go to number 9, Mystegic. He couldn't get to the fence by Strategic from Volcanic Mist, Lee Curtis, Brian York, and 8/8's went a very good race by Zetative, trained now by Gary Portelli, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy. 1, 9, 4 and 5 officially forthcoming. Time is 56:54. The course record is, or was, Notoire 56.68. Bomber Bill has now smashed the course record by clocking 56:54, taking 0.14 off Notoire's previous record established on New Year's Day of last year. Here are the totes officially as they get ready elsewhere.
Well, that was put on
ahead of St. Christoph. Thong and Pushbike, a big drifter. Runs to win has been pretty steady. Well, if his quality shines through, we should see him back in the winner's stall. Scenic Warrior, his last victory was here in the Guineas in the spring of 2000. So it's been a while, but he has been placed in some very good races in the interim. Had an ordinary spring, but he had some problems and freshened up for this. Previous race taken by Spurn for Brett Preble. The third was won by Uniforms, a surprise, Darren Gauci. The second won by Blue Wiener, who ran the 1200 out solidly, leading all. And the first to Carla Keys, ridden by Spike Short, who's won 3 races in town since his comeback about 18 months after being out for 18 months. He's only had the 10 rides in town and he's won 3 of them. He's got 1 to go in the last Black Type Magic. Now they're nearly ready. Here's St. Christoph coming up into the line now. Scenic Warrior, Patrick Payne on board. Patrick's 1 ride for the afternoon. St. Christoph to get set. Stephen Baster on board. Barrier attendants all linking arms behind him now. Here's Scenic Warrior going up. That completes it. They're set for the 5th. Ready. St. Christoph lifting in the air. Settled. All clears through, they're away. Cressy McCauley a touch slow to move, runs to win, jumped out well, and St. Christoph and Gattaca both got away fast. Scenic Warrior jumped okay, and he's settling down in the middle of the pack, out about 3 or 4 wide at the moment. Gattaca going to the lead by the 1,000 metres, but he's got company up there. St. Christoph de Montage runs to win, as handy to him on the inside. Just behind them is Zero Drama pushing up, and they were clear as they run off the back at the 800 to our Guided Missile, and then a length and a half further back, Scenic Warrior moving up on the outside of Amber Ball. Boy, and then came Thong and Pushbike. Well back in the field then came Masquerade, and he's being followed by Crasher Macaulay, and last is Kingston Campbell. Gaddick has done some work. He led narrowly. St Chris off on his inside. Just behind them, Runs to Win seemed to lose his action coming around the turn on the rail. Zero Drama pulled to the outside. De Montage coming with a run, and now Payne is winding up the toppy. Scenic Warriors coming with his run down the outside. Gaddick are in front of St Chris off, but Scenic Warriors claiming them, and now Thong and Pushbike coming. Scenic Warrior under the whip. Gaddick is giving him a real race. He's still in front. Gaddicker is a neck in front. Scenic Warrior's died on his run. Gaddicker's clear, and Gaddicker wins it a neck to Scenic Warrior. Thong and Pushbike third. Crasher Macaulay came home well for fourth, and then Zero Drama. De Montage, Amber Boy, our guided missile Runs to Win. St Christoph dropped right out of it, and at the tail end of the field here are Masquerade, and back last is Kingston Campbell. In the time of 1 minute and 10 seconds, victory has gone to Gaddicker. Scenic Warrior looked to be strolling up with about 200 to go, but he wilted on the run, and Gaddicker kept on rolling in front. He'd done work out in front, but he kept on fighting, and he's now won 4 of 8 at this track. Number 10, Gaddicker, the winner, ridden by Darren Gauci.
And the Gouch at his very best on Gaddicker. 9.90, 2.30, $1.70 Scenic Warrior, who looked 4s on halfway down the straight, and Thong and Pushbike in third place. Now we've got one to go in New Zealand. It's a listed race, a mile event, and Irish Rover is a clear favourite at 2.70. Scott Seamer's Mount Voltaire second pick at 5.10, and then a long gap to the others. Doyle $12, Burton 13, Ups and Downs 13, and Anatomy 19. It's the anniversary handicap at Trentham. And, riding change. Scott Seamer got off Voltaire, and Grant Cooksley is a late replacement. We've just been advised. Grant Cooksley replacing Scott Seamer on number 2 Voltaire. Top 8 for Trentham, and Irish Rover favourite ahead of Voltaire, and the others double figures. So only 2 horses in the market here, numbers 18 and 2. Let's pick up the trackside commentary.
Afternoon for Leanne Isherwood, who's tasted success in the Wellington Cup on 2 occasions, and she gets the big call up at the 24th hour to ride Irish Rover, and it's because Lance O'Sullivan is not riding in this race and has been replaced in the last, Mike.
Shinnecock will be ridden by Vinnie Colgan in race 10. Shinnecock now the mount of Vinnie Colgan, yes, with Lance O'Sullivan. Unfortunately stood down for the remainder of the day with a bit of soreness around the knee. Apparently he's hoping all will be well, be back with us on Monday, and of course for Wellington Cup Day next Saturday.
This is one of the top-notch races to watch and invest on at the Carnival.
It is, because, you know, you've got your big mile coming up here next Saturday, the Thorndon Mile. The anniversary's been won by some good horses over the years. Surface, I recall, having won the anniversary.
All right, we've got plenty of time. You've got to say one thing, Larry. When you're watching them behind the gates in New Zealand, they're a very relaxed lot. It takes them half a day to get them in.
Yeah, John, they don't seem to have any urgency about them, but that...
Let's check the top 8 again at Trentham. Beautiful backdrop there. And favourite Irish Rover, $2.40, Voltaire $5.60, and Burton at $8.50. Irish Rover, a 4-year-old by Ken Fair, unbeaten, 4 starts, 4 wins. Lance O'Sullivan to ride. Warwick Farm, race 5. And Spillway, Josiah and Out Yonder are the joint top raters ahead of Plea, 97. Grampians, $4.80. Plea, $9. Spillway, $5.60. And Josiah, $2. I thought they were ready to go in New Zealand, and we looked again and there were still 2 or 3 out of line. At the gates, Eagle Farm. So let's hope they hurry up in New Zealand so we don't have any clashes. All right. We'll head over to New Zealand and see what's happening.
Here's Tony Lee.
Thanks, Andre. Yes, just these last couple of 3 to load up now. Always a few anxious moments, isn't there, with Irish Rover? As we await the last of them to load now for the Hamilton and Murray anniversary handicap. Barrier blanket applied to Ups and Downs. And this wonderful galloper Irish Rover, who will run a dominant favourite, unbeaten 4 starts so far, $2.50 and $1.65. A pick-up ride for Leanne Isherwood due to the injury to Lance O'Sullivan. Barrier blanket about to go on him as well by the looks of it. And then these last two will come in. Ethlyn has drawn nice and close. College Union. Gee, there's some names here. Seeking. Ocean Runners in the stalls are Icy Red. Burton is ready. Camacho and Amnesia. Widest draws for them. As Irish Rover being coaxed up to the gates. He goes straight in. No problems. Ups and Downs is the next. So this is it. The Hamilton and Murray anniversary handicapper lead up to the Thorndon. We're ready. Racing. Ocean Run was slow, missed it about 3 lengths, and Comb the Seas has got back a bit as well. Anatomy has begun quickly. Burton's right there, as to How Dirty Boy. Irish Rover right in it, and Ups and Downs on the inside, and Amnesia. There's a lot of pressure here, and Camacho's going forward. Voltaire next around College Union. Forlorna over on the inside when they settle down into some sort of order. And then we have Doyle the outside. Ethlyn whips through inside of those as the favourite takes over. Back behind them, Comb the Seas and Icy Red seeking second to last, and 3 lengths to Ocean Run, last at the 1,000 metres. The favourite on top, Irish Rover, calls the shots. A length second, a length and a half away second now, Camacho. Anatomy's box eating right behind the speed with 2 lengths to Voltaire in the clear. A length and a half further away then to Amnesia, who's over on the outside of Burton, 800 metres out. How Dirty Boy, a length and a half to 2 lengths away. College Union in that group, and down inside of those runners then is Ups and Downs to Doyle and Forlorna. Ethlyn further away then is Comb the Seas as they come towards the home corner. Seeking an Icy Red a long way back, and 4 lengths to Ocean Run. Here's the real pressure on now for Irish Rover. He's in front. Camacho's gone up to have a bow peep at him. Leanne Isherwood and Irish Rover just in front. Camacho is trying to wear him down, and here's Burton getting into the clear. He's really called on now, Irish Rover. They've headed him. Camacho and Burton got to them now. Burton on the outside of Camacho, then Irish Rover running on late as Doyle, but look at the Southerner give it to them, and Burton too good on the anniversary. Camacho second, Irish Rover has run third, and then Doyle and Anatomy together. Seeking College Union behind these when they've hit the line then has been Comb the Seas, Amnesia, Ethlyn, Forlorna, Voltaire, How Dirty Boy, Icy Red, Ocean Run, and Ups and Downs has run last.
443,000, a field of 8, and you'd hardly call them superstars. Josiah, 230, a clear-cut favourite. He's coming up through the grades in good style. A 4-year-old, very lightly raced. Today's only his 9th start. He's won 5 out of 8 so far, so he's an improving young horse on the way up, opposed to horses that have been around a few times. Another lightly raced one, however, is Plea, today having only his 11th start. Here's Ian at Warwick Farm.
And the best back late is Spillway number 4. 5.10 in New South Wales. Favourite at 2.30, number 5, Josiah. Grampians, Darren Beedman's ride at 4.70. Now coming up now is Tyrrell. And I'd say we're just about ready to see them go. Field of 8 geldings. Jumping out of the 2,400 metres, and there they go. And a Spillway job nicely from near the inside. Buster Jones with a white face is not far back, and the same for Grampians. Wider on the track. Out yonder in company with Carl Perra. Plea not far away, followed by Tyrrell, and immediately Josiah, the favourite, is last. They come inside the 200 on the first occasion. York has Spillway leading out by about a half to 3/4 of a length on the Grafton gelding out yonder. Grampian settles third inside of Buster Jones, and then Carl Perra around Plea. Tyrrell next to last, and a couple of lengths to Josiah. Probably won't be any change for a while as they work over the crossing on the turn out of the straight near the 1,800 metres. And Spillway, he's been best back late to beat Josiah. Out of the straight he goes, Spillway, lobbing along. The speed is only a hack attacking one. It's about a length and a half clear Spillway from Out Yonder, with Grampians running third, then Buster Jones. Carl Perez next. He's got his mouth open on his inside plea. 2.5 Tyrrell at a length to Josiah. To the next crossing they negotiate in these 2,400 metre races at the farm. This one's at the 1,400, and Spillway shows out. About a length on Out Yonder, a similar margin. Third is Grampians, followed by Buster Jones. Plea parked over on the inside of the grey Carl Perez. Tyrrell next to last, and Josiah a half length back on the inside, about 8 lengths from the leader Spillway. Well, York's been able to ride this horse to suit himself, and as they go over towards the 1,000 marker, and the leader is Spillway. They've gone more than half the journey, and Spillway leads a length Out Yonder. 1.5 Grampians, a half to Buster Jones the outer, a couple then to Carl Perez. Plea on the greys inside, and then 2 lengths to Tyrrell, and a half length to Josiah. Still no change. There hasn't been for a long, long way. And at the 750, it's Spillway, a length and a quarter on Out Yonder. Now there's a move coming from Munson Tyrrell, followed by Buster Jones. Grampians is getting shuffled back as they sprint, and likewise Plea from Carl Perez, and here's Robbo taking Josiah, the favourite, to the outside. An interesting event coming down to the turn, 450 to go, and Spillway has been the leader from the word go. A length the break on Out Yonder. Grampians behind them third. He's into the clear now, Grampians, and Josiah wider out at the 220, and Spillway, Brian York taken on by Darren Beedman's ride. Grampians the outside, put his neck in front of Spillway. Plea going into third spot, forget Josiah, but Grampians is racing away, and an easy one for Grampians. Spillway second, third was Plea, and fourth was Out Yonder. Then Josiah, Tyrrell, Buster Jones, and Carl Perez finished Absolute. Well, he had a beautiful run. He got shuffled back just a little bit as they started to sprint down near the 700, but the heavens opened for Grampians on the corner, and he did the rest. 490, 170. Spillway number 4, 170. Plea number 3, 190 by Dane Hill from Balmoral. Beautifully bred, isn't he, Balmoral? A very successful mare for Jack and Bob Ingham. John Hawkes, of course, training this 5-year-old bay gelding. And that is a winning double for Darren Beedman. Captive Empress, of course, his first winner. Numbers to come up in just a moment. Grampians has clocked 229.80, well outside the record. Oh, it's, well, not outside the course record, not that far outside the class record at 228.70, held by Uncle Nugget. Here are the numbers, 1, 4, 3 and 6. Grampians, D. Beedman first. Second goes to number 4, Spillway, had a lovely run in front, $1.70. And 3, Plea, J. Cassidy third, $1.90. The Quinella here has paid $13.10 with an exacta of $21.60. The trifecta $94.30, and the first 4, 1, 4, 3 and 6, $401.40.
Grampians, well, how long since he won a race? 490 and 170, Spillway 170, Plea 190, 13.10 Quinella, 21.60 exacta, 94.30 was the trifecta. Grampians by the great Dane Hill, whose yearlings last week at the Magic Millions sales averaged... Okay, we've just got time to update race 5 at Eagle Farm before we go to Greg Miles. This is 11 minutes away. Highly Dangerous 420, Star of St Covered 840, Astana 770, Ebony Halo 610, D'Argent Fee 14, Action Front 660, Katisha's Boy 20, Mr Moneymaker 39, Oscar Eric 15, I'm a Cracker 21, Super Imprint 20, Scratch 12, Thespian Prince at $15 and scratch numbers 14, 15 and 16. Warwick Farm officials with correct weight notified 143, and Cheltenham interims there, the winner was contrived. Okay, in goes Chattanooga with the grandstand on his back, and here is Greg Miles.
And that grandstand weight hasn't deterred punters on track. He's been heavily supported. And 310 on Super Tab. He's shopping pretty well by comparison. He's a tight favourite, Chattanooga. Has been money for this horse, though. Tears Royal, whose recent form has been very good. He's run in the Christmas Stakes last time out. Was very, very good. And he's got a good record here and a pull in the weights too. So some 8 kilos just might be a telling factor. There's Accused going up into the line. Tears Royal about to join them. Brett Preble on board, but Chattanooga the firm favourite. Let's Planet about to come along. Chattanooga top pick, Tears Royal second elect, Corvain the easing third pick. Now they're nearly ready.
They're racing. Runs on Ego a bit slow to get out. Tears Royal, Chattanooga and away quickly, Accuse and Let's Planet. Now let's have a look for Corvain, just taking its time to push up on the inside fourth early, and Let's Planet's pulled its way to the lead from Accuse and Corvain third, Tears Royal fourth. All-time high further back, fifth about a length off, and then Chattanooga. 2 to Runs on Ego, a length and a half to Royal Treen. Let's Planet in front at the 900 metre mark and led a length and a half to Accuse, a length into Corvain. He goes up on the outside, up a close third, 3 lengths further back, Tears Royal. 2 to Chattanooga running fifth outside at that all-time high. 3 to Runs on Ego and 3 lengths last of all Royal Treen. They've gone to the 800. Well strung out. Let's Planet a length and a half. Corvain a half Accused. 2 to Tears Royal. 3 lengths further back all-time high. It's up fifth on the outside of Chattanooga. 2 lengths further back. Runs on Ego at the 604 to Royal Treen. Up to the turn. Let's Planet nearly a length. Corvain. Accused is just behind them, followed by Tears Royal. A length and a half that all-time high. Chattanooga on the fence under some pressure. 6 lengths off them. Then Runs on Ego. 300 to go. Let's Planet over a length and a half to Corvain. Then Accused further back than Tears Royal. Chattanooga an all-time high, still 5 lengths off them. Let's Planet at the 200 metre mark, a half in front of Corvain. Tears Royal. Tears Royal comes at them quickly now. Gets up to Corvain. Tears Royal gets clear from Corvain and Accused, and Tears Royal coming away. A length and a half to Corvain, a half Accused. A gap then to Let's Planet all-time high. Chattanooga didn't finish off. Royal Treen caught one. That was Runs on Ego.
7 Tears Royal, double for Brett Preble, 5.20 the win, 1.90 the play, 6 Corvain $1.80, 2 Accused 1.90, margins Kembler on the previous, and it was 2 3/4 a long neck, 2 3/4 a long neck, 125.84, 125.84 sectional. The time 35.92, 35.92. Back to Melbourne.
Back on the inside, Let's Planet had sort of sent them along at a fair clip with Corvain outside him. Tears Royal was always back fourth outside Accused. It'll be interesting to see what sort of time they ran late, because those horses, those 4 up front, actually left all-time high and Chattanooga behind when they really did flatten out over the last 300 metres. And Tears Royal, with Preble getting very vigorous, cross-reining, used the whip on the left hand a couple of times, but he got plenty from it.
And the tote, 7 Tears Royal, 5.20, 1.90, 6 Corvain, 1.80, 2 Accused, 1.90. The Quinella, 12.40, exacted 26.90, 7.62 Trifecta, 155.40. The first 4 to come, possibly number 4, Let's Planet for fourth. The time 1:22.1, and there's correct way through Adelaide race 5 on the numbers 2, 3, 4 and 1.
Damien Oliver coming up to line on Pillaging now. The gelding is in. And we're set for a start. Still waiting on the starter to climb the ladder. He does so now. Racing this time again, Choiseul dwelt and is back, a conspicuous last on settling down, and Pillaging is the early leader. Going up very quickly is Planogram to have a shot, and now leads the favourite. Pillaging a half length, a length and a half third is Al Megdam, followed over on the inside next by Mukarina, and not far away as they sort themselves out Sportsman, and then Royal Perler, and 2 lengths then Choiseul, half Hennessy, followed by Desert Money, Fuji Beauty and Daneville is last. They race along to the 600 marker, and the leader is Planogram, a half length on Pillaging, a length away third is Sportsman, 3 deep, followed by Mukarina, Al Megdam, half Hennessy, Royal Perler, 2 lengths to Choiseul, spotting them a fair start, then Desert Money, Fuji Beauty, and 3 lengths to Daneville. On the corner, 400 metres left to go, and Planogram under pressure. Pillaging cruised up on the outside, and wider is Sportsman, then Mukarina, and Choiseul hooking 5 and 6 wide, and he's coming home. Great guns. They race down to the 200 in the Classic, and Choiseul, he went up to the Victorian Pillaging.